Sources of stress are everywhere. Stress can make you feel trapped, but there are ways to manage it. Stress is inevitable, but you can learn how to deal with it, how to handle it, and how to respond to it well. Try to get enough sleep, exercise, eat well, get emotional support, breathe, and find ways to calm down.
Good afternoon and welcome to this edition of Newsline 14. I'm Caitlin Reynolds.
And I'm Anya Ritz. Let's see what's happening on the hilltop and in national and local news.
Russian forces attacked western Ukraine, launching strikes on airfields and widening a 2.5-week war. Russia also hit a major industrial city in the east, Dnipro, as it continues its brutal military campaign. United States President Joe Biden and other leaders of the so-called G7 nations revoked Russia's most favored nation trade status, which will allow higher tariffs on Russian exports. U.S. officials say a large Russian military convoy near Kyiv has dispersed, as the Russians made incremental advances on the city. It is day 16 and residents near the Polish border filmed massive explosions. U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield accused the Russian pot of calling the kettle black. The battle for Kyiv is intensifying. There is a buildup of fear among Ukrainians who are fleeing the Russian fight, but there is also fearlessness among the soldiers to defend their land and the country from the gruesome attack.
With the ongoing war between Ukraine and Russia, Ukraine needs help. How do you know if it's going to the right place? The most important thing to do is to research where it's going, because it's super easy to scam people, and now more than ever it's happening. One of the tips from the Federal Trade Commission advised to search the organization and see if the word scam pops up. There's also groups like Charity Watch and Give.org, which provides rates on different charities. Another tip is to know where the donation is going, and if it is legit, it'll tell you right away. If it doesn't, or you're unsure, it's probably a scam. So if you are donating to help Ukraine, make sure to do your research.
You've heard of Delta and Omicron variants of the COVID-19 virus, but there is potentially a new variant emerging. The new variant, called Deltacron, has been identified as a combination of the Delta and Omicron variant. Deltacron has been identified in France, the Netherlands, Denmark, and the U.S. Because it is still in the early stages, researchers have not officially adopted the name Deltacron for this variant. According to the chief science officer at Helix, William Lee, Deltacron does not appear to spread as easily as the Delta and Omicron variants. There have been very low levels of detection in the areas that Deltacron has been located. At this time, experts are not too concerned about the new variant because there are not a large number of cases. Right now, scientists are keeping a close watch on the progress of the Deltacron variant.
A new study provides evidence that contracting the COVID-19 virus has another long-term side effect. Damage to the brain was observed even in mild cases. The study found that people infected with COVID-19 showed a reduction in brain volume. The participants that required hospitalizations due to the virus showed the most significant changes to the brain. On average, older participants showed more changes to the brain than younger participants. The portion of the brain that is most affected by the virus is the region related to smell. Many people lose their sense of smell when they have COVID-19. By not using their sense of smell for prolonged periods of time, that area of the brain reduces in volume. It is unclear whether the changes will reverse, but if the sense of smell recovers, then usually the brain region does too.
U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris has come under heavy fire for her inappropriate and untimely laughter on March 10th when the vice president was issuing a joint press briefing with the Polish president during her visit to Europe amid the devastating war in Ukraine. During a question and answer round, Kamala Harris and the Polish president were asked whether the U.S. will take refugees from Ukraine, and what followed was a round of giggles. After this, Kamala Harris said that two leaders discussed the burden on Poland given the refugees influx, but stirred away from answering whether America will take a certain number of refugees. Harris's laughter has attracted criticism from around the world. Critics are lined up on the internet calling the giggle utterly inappropriate, so much that former press secretary for Ukraine's president tweeted that it would be a tragedy if this woman won presidency. However, the tweet has now been deleted. We'll be right back after the break with campus news.
Please stay with us on Newsline 14. Find out which faculty member is running for office, and more information is coming up about West Liberty's Day of Giving.
School or work, not wanting to adult today, then pet a cat. Petting a cat is proven to reduce stress, calm the nerves, and allow you
Topper Station.
Welcome back to Newsline 14. Here's the campus news update. West Liberty University's Foundation Annual Day of Giving will take place on Wednesday, April 6th. The event is sponsored by Roxby Development, a family-owned business in Wheeling that creates an inclusive community where everyone can thrive. The online giving event allows generous alumni, donors, and friends to help support the university. Angela Zambito Hill, president of the WLU Foundation, said, "Our Topper Day of Giving is one of the Foundation's most important fundraisers, and this year is no exception. The goal is for Giving Day is $200,000. Those who donate are able to mark their gifts to go to academics, student life initiatives, or the athletic programs." Zambito Hill said, "We're confident that our valued alumni, faculty, staff, and friends will help us as we work to continue to provide a quality education at an affordable cost on the Hilltop." For more information about the West Liberty University Foundation's Day of Giving, or for a list of matching donors and the programs that benefit, visit WLUfoundations.org.
If you're voting in the upcoming election, you can expect to see a WLU professor on your ballot. Professor of History, Dr. Darren Cox, is running for the seat in the Ohio County Board of Education. After watching his father serve as a Board of Education member, he is following in his footsteps to give back to the community. Dr. Cox currently gives back by offering free demonstrations of his Viking Living History project to schools in the Ohio County area. His decision stems from his experience as an educator and the challenges they face. Once elected, he plans to properly fund public libraries and give teachers a voice within the community. As the previous Senate and chair of the Finance Committee for WLU's Faculty Senate, Cox has experience with how a board functions. To learn more about Dr. Cox's Board of Education campaign, search Darren Cox for Board of Education on Facebook.
If you are looking to enjoy a fun artistic competition, the perfect event is coming soon. A speed painting event will be taking place on Wednesday, March 23rd in the ballroom of the Union from 7 to 8 in the evening. Make sure to show up to participate in this hyperactive artistic event. While there are many people who are capable of making beautiful pieces of art, it is far more difficult to walk while under a restrictive time frame. Combining this with a relaxed atmosphere is sure to provide a huge amount of entertainment, as people will be able to put their skills to the test and simply have a fun time. So if you're a fan of painting or just enjoy a good, friendly competition, make sure to come have a great time.
The Criminal Justice Society at West Liberty University is looking for new members. The majority of the current students in the Criminal Justice Society will be graduating this semester, meaning that new members will be needed for the fall semester. The Criminal Justice Society provides students with hands-on experience and exploration of the criminal justice field. Members of the Criminal Justice Society take part in seminars, workshops, guest speakers, field trips, and community service. The Criminal Justice Society welcomes students of all majors who have an interest in criminal justice. Professor Hannah Kern is the current advisor of the CJ Society. The Criminal Justice Society has been a part of West Liberty University since 2011. For more information about the Criminal Justice Society, contact Hannah Kern at hlwalters@westliberty.edu.
West Liberty University offers students and staff the opportunity to become a friendship family. Friendship family creates long-lasting relationships and assists international students in learning American culture. The program helps introduce international students to the campus and community quickly through individual family friendships and connections. According to Ryan Glanville, coordinator of international programs and recruiting, George Bagro, an international student from Russia, has attended West Liberty University for about 6 months and has created a valued friendship with his friendship family. Bagro said, "I love my friendship family. It is nice to have someone in a foreign country that you can rely on and trust. So I was very lucky to meet those people. Only a few individuals has applied for the program this semester. And there are still interested students who are in need of a friendship family. Glanville encourages all interested individuals to apply for the program."
If you like showing off in front of a crowd or just really enjoy singing, a great time is right around the corner. Everyone has attempted to sing along to their favorite song at one time or another, and the upcoming karaoke event is the perfect opportunity to put the skills you've gathered to the test. On Tuesday, March 21st, from 8 to 10 in the evening, you can show off just how well you have learned your favorite songs. Whether you want to truly perform an impressive act that everybody will remember, or just simply enjoy having a good time, make sure to head out to the ballroom of the Union to take place in all the fun.
Assistant Editor Brianna Hammond has an update on the Trumpet's next publications. Here's what she has to say.
Good afternoon. I am Brianna Hammond, Assistant Editor of the student-run newspaper, The Trumpet. Issue 17 publishes tomorrow with a special St. Patrick's Day edition. Here is a preview of what you can find. Starting off the news section on page 3, an update on the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine and a brief look into what the U.S. is doing to aid the Ukrainian military. For more information, check out page 3. Next up, WLU Professor of History, Dr. Darren Cox, is running for a seat on the Ohio County Schools Board of Education. With a seat on the board, Cox plans to give educators a voice in the community. More about his plans for Ohio County Schools on page 4. Next up on page 5, Dr. Danielle Melman Brightwell takes home Best Presenter for her presentation on what motivated women to run in the 2018 election at the International Conference on the Future of Women. To hear about Melman Brightwell's big win during her first international conference presentation, check out page 5. Ending the news section on page 6, a look into the Around the World event held by the International Spices Club in honor of Carnival. Starting out on page 7 of the culture section, a look into the life of a Ukrainian international student, Daria Shahoma, and what she is facing during the invasion of her homeland. To read about the reality of Shahoma's life during this tough time, check out page 7. Next, Irish international student and writer for The Trumpet, Mark Donnelly, reports on St. Patrick's Day festivities and the true meaning of this day in Ireland. For more information about St. Paddy's Day and how to get involved on campus, check out page 8. On page 9, a look into WLU's Pride Club and their first ever Pride Prom on Friday, March 25th. More information about how to attend on page 9. Ending the culture section on page 10, students give back to the community by looming with WLU's campus ministry. The opinion section begins on page 11 with a few ways to get involved on campus during the remaining months of the semester. Check out the clubs you can join by reading page 11. Ending the culture section, more about WLU's Christian-based sorority, Kappa Phi, and why they need more members. To catch up on all things Hilltopper sports, check out our sports section. This week's sports update starts on page 13 with a look into the wrestling team's NCAA National Tournament success and how they produced the best season in program history. On page 14, WLU's men's basketball team is named MEC champions after a 70-59 sweep against Charleston. Read more about the successful end to their season on page 14. Next, women's basketball ends 5th ranked MEC season with an unfortunate 72-65 semifinal loss against University of Charleston. Ending the news section on page 16, Hilltopper softball team wins 8 out of 10 spring break games to start the season. That concludes the Trumpet's updates for this week. To read The Trumpet, issue 17, visit thetrumpetwlu.org. See you next Wednesday for more updates. I'm Brianna Hammond, reporting for Newsline 14 on Topper Station.
We'll be right back after this break.
Coming up next is West Lib's sports update. Stay tuned to find out how the West Liberty wrestling team did after the recent match. Oh, why am I so bad?
Do you need to work on projects because a deadline is right around the corner? Then get into the Fine Arts Building. The Fine Arts Building hosts a myriad of amenities such as computer, painting, printer, couch, lights, no lights, audio including this voiceover, instrumenting, table, more computers, so many computers, the theater, printmaking, creating and animating in 3D, drawing still life, chairs, broadcast operation and execution, and it's open almost all the time. Come in early, come in late. Don't come in at all if you want a bad grade. If you need stuff done, visit the Fine Arts Building. Fab is in its name.
You're watching Newsline 14, live on Topper Station.
Welcome back to this edition of Newsline 14. I am Siddhi Mahatule.
And I'm Stephen Graby. Let's see what's happening on the hilltop in sports.
4 Hilltoppers placed at Nationals. The NCAA Division II Wrestling Championships were held March 11th and 12th in St. Louis. The Hilltopper Wrestling squad sent 8 wrestlers to the Nationals. Of these 8 wrestlers, 4 of them are placed at the national tournament. These 4 wrestlers include Cole Laya, Tyler Warner, Ty McGarry, and Connor Craig. All 4 wrestlers placed top 4, with Warner taking 4th place, McGarry taking third, Craig taking second place, and Laya taking first place. Laya won his second straight national championship for the Hilltoppers. The Hilltoppers finished third in team score. The Hilltoppers will be back next year, hoping to build off this season's success.
4 male student athletes from the West Liberty indoor track and field team earned all-region recognition from the 2022 indoor season. In order to receive this recognition, athletes had to post one of the top 5 marks in their events or run a leg on one of the top 3 relay teams in the region. The All-Atlantic Region team had Mountain East Conference Indoor Field Athlete of the Year, Adam O'Donnell, selected in the heptathlon and long jump. Freshman sprinter Makai Anderson was selected for his 60-meter hurdle performance as freshman pole vaulter. Reese Burnside was selected as well. Rounding out the group of selected male student athletes from the Hilltop was senior Michael Harriman for the 800-meter run. The team is preparing for the outdoor season with the debut set for March 17th through the 19th at the 49er Classic, hosted by the University of Charlotte.
The West Liberties women's basketball team finished out their season at the MEC tournament earlier this month. After picking up a win against Fairmont State, the team fell short against the Charleston Golden Eagles 72-65, bowing out of the MEC tournament with a 21-9 record. Senior guard Audrey Tingle ended her historic career at a West Liberty on a high note, finishing with 16 points, 11 rebounds and 7 assists. Grace Falk tied her career with the 18 points and made every shot from the floor, including 4 3-pointers. Billy Smith, winner of the MEC's Freshman of the Year award, also put up 10 points before foiling out in the fourth quarter. Despite a tough finish on the season, the future looks bright for the Lady Hilltoppers.
West Liberty's softball team won a doubleheader in Virginia last Monday against Virginia Union. A total of 22 hits in both games allowed West Liberty to win with scores of 10-4 and 8-0. In the second game, pitcher Mackenzie Ammon struck out 8 of the first 9 batters and finished the game with a 2-hit shutout. The second game was scoreless until the 6th inning when West Liberty scored 5 runs. Mackenzie Ammon secured the win as she hit a homer, scoring 3 runs in the 7th inning. Several players gained RBIs during the 2 games, including Jerika Baylor, Katie Beeman, and Anna Welsh. The Hilltoppers will play again at Salem University this Thursday at 4 p.m.
West Liberty's acro and tumbling team remain undefeated as they won another event against Glenville State on March 1st. Competing at home, the Hilltoppers won all 6 events during their performance and set several school records along the way. Not only was the second highest team score in West Liberty's history, they also set the school record in the tumbling event with an 8.90. After the compulsory and tumbling events, West Liberty took their lead into double digits and remained there for the rest of the event. After the pyramid event, both teams took an intermission with the score being 94.75 to 81.85. Another school record was set in the toss event and the trio pass. West Liberty's win totaled over 260 points, which set their 4th school record of the night. The team will compete against Gannon University in Erie, Pennsylvania tonight at 6 p.m.
Tom Brady is back. 7-time Super Bowl champion quarterback Tom Brady has announced his return to the NFL. Brady is widely regarded as the greatest football player of all time. Brady officially announced his retirement February 1st. After being retired for a total of 40 days, Brady decided to return to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He will be entering his 23rd season in the NFL. He played 20 years for the New England Patriots and spent the last 2 with the Buccaneers. Brady returning is huge news for the Buccaneers and every other team as we head into free agency. The Buccaneers have spent the early part of this offseason trying to figure out who Brady's replacement would be. Now, they no longer have to do that. Brady will be looking to win his 8th Super Bowl this upcoming season and 2nd with the Buccaneers.
We'll be right back. The 5-day forecast is coming up next.
And let's hope for some warmer temperatures on the hilltop. .37%
of 20 to 39-year-olds reported short sleep duration. This could be due to late-night distractions or an active mind. Being deprived of sleep can have an effect on your academic performance and can make you fall behind. So set a schedule and stick to it. You need sleep.
You're watching Newsline 14, live on Topper Station.
Welcome back to Newsline 14. I'm Sean McClurg, and this is the weather update. We're having a terrific day here at West Liberty, sitting at 65 degrees with partly cloudy skies. We even have a nice little breeze with 6-mile-per-hour winds to the south. It'll climb all the way up to 69 degrees with more clouds rolling in towards the evening. Tonight is going to be cloudy with a 24% chance of rain. The temperature will dip down to 49 degrees with light winds at around 5 miles per hour. Let's take a look now at the weather across the country. Starting off in Los Angeles, they are enjoying some beautiful weather with 79 degrees and mostly sunny skies. Down in Phoenix, Arizona, it's even hotter and sunnier and better with 86-degree heat. Moving up to Chicago, we have sun and clouds as well as 64-degree temperatures. And then moving over to New York City, it's also cloudy with 62-degree weather. And then all the way down in Tampa, Tom Brady and company are dealing with thunderstorms along with 78-degree temperatures. Finally, in the Ohio Valley, we're sitting at a mostly sunny 69 degrees. Don't go anywhere. The 5-day forecast is coming up next. Keep your fingers crossed for warmer temperatures.
Hey, whoa, hey, man, what are you doing? Hey, man, what are you doing? I don't think you're split to drive.
Nah, man, it's all good. My house is like 20 seconds up that street.
It doesn't matter. It's still not a good idea. I don't think you're fit to drive.
Dude, we've been friends for like 10 years, man. Can't you trust me?
That doesn't matter here. I do trust you, but I don't think you're fit to drive.
Well, then, just shut up. Shut up! I can totally drive myself up to my house.
Fine, then. If that's what you want to do, so be it. What the?
Every day in America, another 28 people die as a result of drunk driving crashes. Don't be the next victim.
Welcome back to Newsline 14. I'm Sean McClurg with my partner in crime, the 5-day forecast. On Thursday, clouds will cover the sky early on, but will clear out later on in the day. Mild winds throughout the day as we hit a high of 66 and a low of 49. Kicking the weekend off, we have partly cloudy skies early on and a high of 70 before rain develops in the evening with a low of 53. The rain continues with heavy winds on Saturday and the high being 56 and the low dropping to 39. The rain stops on Sunday with partly cloudy skies and a high of 53 and a low of 38. Finally on Monday, lots of sun and light winds with a high of 62. The clear skies continue into the night as the temperatures drop to 39.
Thank you for watching this edition of Newsline 14. I'm Caitlin Reynolds.
And I'm Anya Ritz. Don't forget to tune in again next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Have a great week.